Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, how is everybody?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, people are still coming in. So everybody got up early to work in the garden on a beautiful day.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hi.
Okay. All right, welcome to Century 21 North Star. Let's talk real estate. Let's get the blog up. Well, there it is. No, that isn't it. There it is. Coming in. Okay, the office today, the Century 21 office today. Anybody recognize that?
That's not Caesar's Forum, no. Where is that? I don't know where that is.
That's Jersey, isn't it?
Oh,
That's in New Jersey. So that is the main office. I haven't put that one up before.
oh, I actually was there one time.
Oh, nice.
Ah, what was it like?
Yeah.
She doesn't remember.
It looks
got
better
one.
on the outside. Did
Yeah.
it have a cafeteria?
I can't remember. It was like so long ago.
Yeah. And that's
I saw-
home to Coldwell Banker and some others as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're all in there in the same building.
I saw one last week. That
Yeah.
would have been great. It was the Bahamas Century 21 office selling something in Grand Turk Island.
Mm,
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
all right.
Not as swank as that one.
Right. All right. Well, this morning we're going to review ways to stay in touch with your clients. We've got some scripts to convey your purpose for being in the business, and how to write an outstanding biography for yourself. Most reports show that real estate is down right now from prior years. This is a result of getting back to normal after the last few years of upheaval in the markets. But here's the good news. Your competition is not doing well. And the result is exactly what you would expect to see right now. Overpriced listings, realtors cutting commission. So think about how are your skills, and how are your skills especially with the 5-point listing process? Do you fully understand a seller's motivation before you drive over to their house and make a presentation?
Mhm.
Are you fully confident with the CMA that you're presenting, and you're able to answer questions about each of the comparable properties that you've prepared? And while you're doing this, are you fully relaxed and enjoying the process because you're fully prepared and confident? So the answer to that should be yes. And even if it is yes, and especially if it's no, stay tuned, because we're going to talk about the 5-point listing process also. So I'd like everyone to check and see if you're ahead or behind from last year at this time. If you're ahead, press the pedal to the floor, keep going. If you're behind, readjust your business plan, and let's get you ahead of schedule by no later than the end of May. Get you back on track. If you're behind, your manager or myself can help you accomplish this, so please reach out to us. And remember, treat your business like a business, and that there is a lot of business to be done. Let's see what we have. We're going to be about 30 listings. Okay, what's new? What's sold? What's pending?
Oh, well, I have my new one up there for 869 on 6 acres in La Center with views of the Lewis River. It's beautiful. Getting lots of attention on that. And then the one on 107th for 439 is now pending.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so this is 869.5 on the Lewis River.
It's not on the Lewis River. It has a view of the Lewis River, but you can, there is a a creek going through it. So it does have some water going through it as well. And it's got a huge shop. It's got so much stuff.
6 acres.
Yeah, about half of it's flat and the other half is kind of for the view,
Mm-hmm.
kind of sloped.
That's a nice place.
Nice.
They
Yeah.
really took good care of it.
Yeah. Was this yours as well?
Yep. Sold.
This is sold. Okay. 439. That's a good price for a
Hmm.
4-bedroom. All right. What else? What else is new?
I have some wonderful news.
Ah,
The house with the yellow door sold.
well, I know because I bought it.
Yes,
I just couldn't stand it anymore.
I just had to buy it.
Ah, it's gone. It's sold. It's dropped off. All right. Well, good. Well, congratulations, Kim, for selling that.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job. Good job.
Well, in the Portland area, we have 3 closings by Noyeth since last Wednesday. Congratulations
Nice.
to her. Her listings and transactions in the Madras and Bend area are closing. I closed one last Friday as well. We have pending transactions, new pending transactions from Doug Carrillo and Mike Fowler, and me as well. So yeah,
Nice.
Okay, excellent.
Trucking along. Yes.
I don't remember what everybody else is doing in Vancouver. I think that Kevin has a couple things that are close to close. No, actually Taj and Kevin both closed last week, and Kat was that week, the week before Cheryl, I don't know. It was a while back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the
I
week
think-
before last. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kevin does have some things going. He's put some in pending, so he's getting busy again.
Nice. And he had his brews and bites and music.
Yes. We went to that. It was wonderful.
Nice. It's good to see us in those activities.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Excellent. What else do we have? Just that. We got that. Don't forget that. And we did that. Current inventory, NAR stats, March. All right, we have remember the Mike Ferry Superstar Retreat coming up in July. Please consider that. Just click on this link in the blog here for more information, because that'll be coming up. So we'll remind you more as we get closer to it. Here's a big one. The Century 21 North Star Awards Luncheon.
Oh, yes.
That will be June 15th. That's a Thursday. 11 o'clock in the Portland office. There'll be a lunch, and we'll celebrate our awards.
Woo!
We will celebrate our awards. We had a lot of fun last year. We were in the Vancouver office. So we will do that again. I'm looking forward to seeing people. Okay, how's the market? Real estate experts know the current market conditions and can clearly explain them. So explain this, 6.43. 6.43. Again, up just inconsequential increment in most markets, but today it gets news that it's up. See if it said anything interesting about that, about it being up. Let's see. The average rate on a 30-year fixed rate increased to 6.43% for the week ending April 27th, according to Freddie Mac. That's 1.33 percentage points higher compared to a year ago. Okay. All right. Borrowers looking into a 15-year fixed, on the other hand, are finding lower rates. This average short-term loan trickled down to 5.71 on a 15-year. Okay. 15 years not an option for very many people. You can buy half the house. All right, let's real quick. We have the market actions. We have the most recent market actions, which are still March. And let me just quickly go through. This one now is the Vancouver, Clark County. Am I right? Yes. So let's look at the charts real quick, and I'll give you a heads up. This time right now is down from where we were last year. And new listings, there were 700. Where is it? Right there. Okay, 701 new listings. That's down 30% from last year. But look, it's down considerably. It's up considerably, 50% from last month. So typical seasonal things, although this market is getting off to a much slower start than it was 12 months ago. Same thing with pending sales, decreased from last year 37%, but they are up 17% from last month. This is Clark County, Washington. I know they all look alike. Closed sales decreased 39% from last year, and they're even down. No, are they down from last month? No, they're up 21% from last month. All right, market time decreased to 60 days. So that's a good sign for us, from over 70 down to 60 in market time in Clark County, Washington. Good news there. And then the average price has decreased 1.6% from 564 to 555.6 in Clark County. All right, so if Clark County is your area, I would print out the first few pages of that and study those. And hopefully the next one will be out in a week or two. The NAR Economist, a dip in pending sales. Tell us about that.
Yeah, let's, inventory constraints contribute to a dip in pending sales in March 2023. NAR released a summary of pending home sales data showing that March's pending home sales pace fell 5.2% last month and 23.2% from a year ago. So they're down. Pending sales represent homes that have a signed purchase contract on them but have yet to close. They tend to lead existing home sales data by 1 to 2 months, which makes sense. It takes about 1 to 2 months for houses to close nowadays. All 4 regions showed double-digit declines from a year ago. The West had the largest dip of 32.2%, followed by the Northeast. Then the Midwest and South was the smallest decline of 19.8%. But if we look from month to month, from last month, 3 of the 4 regions showed declines in contract signings. The South had the only incline of 0.2%. The Midwest had the largest decline of 10.7%, followed by the Northeast, which was a decrease of 8.1%. The West had the smallest decrease of 8%. So that's good, at least. Smallest decrease.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The U.S. pending home sales index level for the month of March was 78.9. February's pending sales figures was revised to 83.2. We want to be above 100. I believe 100 is the mark that we want to be above. March's contract signings bring the pending index below the 100 level mark for the 12th consecutive month. So interesting news. It depends on the market, but let's do our best to get those numbers up.
Okay, so yeah, pending sales is a look ahead of what's going to happen in 2 months, a little bit of an indicator. And slowing down from February. Interesting. Okay. All right. So how's the market? I updated the figures. Let's just real quick do a little role play on how's the market. And make sure this is big enough for people to see. All right. Who'd like to tell me how is the market in the Portland metro area?
I'll do it.
Well, thank you. How's the market, Pat?
We're seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationally as interest rates continue a slow trend upward. However, this continues to be a seller's market. due to shortages of available homes and signs of a reluctance to purchase from some buyers. Average days on the market is still reasonably at 57 days. The median home prices have decreased 2.8% over last year. The median home sales price in the metro area is $514,900. Interest rates are currently 6.43% and are expected to fluctuate over time. So don't get hooked on what you see there. It'll change. This is a great time to list while it is still favorable to sellers. Buyers also benefit from dropping prices and increased stability, interest rates, and greater time on the market.
Excellent. Excellent. That's all positive news.
It is all good.
Yeah. Shauna, how is Clark County in Vancouver?
Well, we are seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue a slow trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to the shortage of available housing and signs of reluctance to purchase from buyers. Average days on the market is 60 days, and the median home sale price has decreased 2.4% over last year. The median home sold price in the metro area is 500,000. It's a nice even number. Interest rates are currently 6.43% and are expected to fluctuate over time. This is a great time to list while it is still favorable to sellers. Buyers also benefit from dropping prices and increasing stability, interest rates, and greater time on the market.
Excellent. Excellent. Good news. All right. Cheryl snuck away.
Who's got Longview?
She back?
Oh,
Did you go feed the dog?
We have lots of things going on here.
Well, good. Good. Can you tell us how the market is in Cowlitz County and Longview, Kelso?
Sure. We are seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue a slow trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to a shortage of available housing and signs of a reluctance to purchase from buyers. Average days on the market is 58 days, and median home prices have increased 3.2% over last year. The median home price sold in the beautiful Cowlitz County is $389,250. Interest rates are currently 6.43% and are expected to fluctuate over time. It's a great time to list while it is still favorable to sellers. Buyers also benefit from dropping prices and increased stability, interest rates, and greater time on the market.
Excellent.
nice.
All good news. And so Canyon County, Ada County, the Boise metro area is seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue a slow trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to a shortage of available housing and signs of a reluctance to purchase from buyers. In Boise, the average days on the market is 55 days, and home prices have decreased 8.7% over last year. The median home list price in the metro area is $519,900. Interest rates are currently 6.43% and are expected to fluctuate upwards over time. There are still more people looking to buy than there are homes available. This is a very good time to list. In Boise, in Cowlitz County, in Clark County, in the Portland metro area. What are they waiting for?
Let's do it.
Let's just do it. Excellent. All right. We have, did I have a question? Yes, I have a question. Cheryl, you sent me this training calendar and it was from corporate. It's from Century 21 University and it's for this week.
Yes.
That's our
Yeah,
Wednesday.
we all got that. Yeah.
Yeah, it came by email.
It came by email.
I think didn't it come from Mark?
I believe so. It came from Mark.
Yeah, I forwarded that to a couple people that I thought might be interested too.
We should ask Mark where he got it, because it'd be nice to get them a little earlier. It'd be
That's what
nice
I
to
was
get a
thinking.
month at
Yeah.
a time. Yeah, because by the time we can present it, 2 days have gone by already. It's hard to plan if this just shows up. Although, well,
I think it came early Monday morning, didn't it? I don't remember.
Yeah, it came on Monday, which is kind of late if you're going to go to something.
you're gonna register for something. Okay, and it did have so there was a virtual Accelerate that started on Monday. And what do I have? I have Accelerate also going to start next Monday on May 8th. There'll be another one, and then one June 5th for the virtual Accelerate class. And yesterday, Go List started, but don't despair because another one starts on June 13th for Go List. And everything else on here is Moxie. All various Moxie works. I see something I haven't seen. Welcome to C21, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Does anyone know what that is? Is that looks like it's some kind of orientation?
It's the new agent orientation course. I took it.
You took it. What's it? What does it tell you?
It's basic C21 information on how things should work.
Okay.
Had probably the best thing I thought was in it was that was unique and was unexpected was salesmanship presentation.
Okay.
Nice.
I did see where they are going to start a new training that's going to replace Accelerate. It's supposed to be the new and improved version. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm sure we'll hear about it. It'll be out this summer.
Okay.
July, I believe, is the target date.
Nice.
I've been waiting to do that one since I heard that they were going to update it. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
taking Accelerate course.
Okay. All right. Well, stay tuned.
More to come. Cool.
Yeah, more to come. All right. So I had that kind of, all right. So that's the training that's upcoming. Got that. All right. Oh, Cheryl, you had, this was good stuff too. You have brought us 12 ways to stay in touch with everybody, with your sphere, with everybody. Let's see if that comes out. Yeah. Tell us about it.
12 ways to stay in touch. So this is with your clients mostly. After you close a transaction, this is talking about ways to stay in touch with those people. You know, don't wait until the customer has forgotten your name to establish contact. You know, right away you're gonna have them engage, hopefully, right already, and so they'll be in there to popping up and every 3 months or possibly more. But right after the closing, it's a good idea to call them within 24 hours, congratulate them on their sale and their purchase, and maybe they'll have some questions or whatever, but just keep them, you want to give them the idea that you're not just interested in getting the sale and don't want to talk to them ever again after that you want to make sure they're happy, and that's how they're gonna remember you and trust you and hopefully refer more clients to you.
That's a great time to call. How many people do that? Okay. Yeah, that's the greatest time to call because they're still thinking about you.
Yeah.
They probably have something to say to you after they've moved into the house. So you may as well find out what it is right away.
Hopefully
On,
it's a good thing.
on relocation, I send everybody that sends us a lead a thank you handwritten. And that has, I think, spurred more business.
Yeah,
Right.
that's number 3.
That's right. And remember to listen on that first call.
Yeah, on every call.
That's right. Listen more than
Listen,
talk.
listen, listen.
Listen.
Okay, so and then number 2 is send a thank you note 1 week after the closing, emphasizing what a pleasure it was to work with the client. And then maybe with a link to your Facebook page so that you can keep in touch. You know, you can use your discretion on that. Some people you might not want a link to, to your Facebook professional page.
That's right.
But that is, it does make it an easy way to keep in touch with people and keep them top of mind. And always my favorite, if you can get a picture of them getting their keys or something, and give them a congratulations on Facebook. People love to see that, you know. And then, you know, it'll pop up in those Facebook memories every year and you'll have a reminder and you can repost it. I had a client just the other day, she reposted it from her Facebook page. Reposted just the review. I was actually the Real Satisfied review. She reposted it and said, thank you, Cheryl, you know, blah, 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 whatever. But that's good, free advertising.
Right.
Number 3 is if you're in the relocation business, send a thank you note to the corporate relocation coordinator. That's a good thing to do. Or if it was a referral, send a thank you note to the person that referred it to you.
I've heard it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Number 4, create a binder for clients containing copies of the paperwork generated during the transaction. You might not want to do like all the paperwork. Usually they're going to get a copy, you know, digital, or if they want a paper copy, the title company will give them everything. But maybe just a few of the things that they wouldn't get from them, like the inspection, things like that, that they might want to look at down the road. And things, maybe the settlement statement, because a lot of people will, I don't know, they lose them or what happens to them. But I've had people call about the settlement statement. They want it for their taxes or something else. So you put together a little something for them. That's always good. They'll remember you and appreciate the organization when they revisit this information at tax time.
That's a great idea because they tend to lose it. Yeah,
Mhm.
probably the most thing they ask for, you know, from us is the closing statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 5, offer to provide referrals for household services. So, yeah, when you make that call or whenever you talk to them, there's that Century 21 concierge if you have that set up. Or just give them, you know, we have the scripts where you give them a call and say, hey, I just wondered if you needed anybody for anything. I have a big list of contractors or whatever. And they are appreciative of that.
Right.
Send
And if you
the
don't have a list, let us know. Call us in the Portland office. We have a huge database of things.
Yes.
Cheryl, you have access to that too. Just go into AppFolio, and if it doesn't say do not use in red, it's a good contractor.
Then there are people you can use.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so also, so this says send a customer satisfaction survey form. We have that with Real Satisfied. Century 21 does that for us, as long as we get the correct email address for the client into Dash when we're closing that out. So make sure you provide that for your managers of admin when they put that in. And ask the client for an endorsement or testimonial letter you can use in your listing presentations on your website and social networks and all that. And it's good to have an example ready for them. You can make it easy for them by providing them a great example that you got from somebody else, maybe. That helps them. And maybe, I don't know, Shauna, she likes to bring them the gift and then ask them for the testimonial then when they get their closing gift and they're, you know, all happy. And you provide examples, don't you, Shauna?
I think people, if they chose me because they did research, they would see those. And I start plugging for it from the moment I start working with them. So if they did find me online and I find that out and I said, well, I'm gonna bug you for one of those when we get closed. And so they know ahead of time that I'm gonna be asking for that. So, yeah. And then I hold the present over their head until I get it.
When I like that you make fun light of it, like, they know it may be coming. So I like that you kind of make humor with it too. Like, I'm gonna want that review. Like, go ahead and just have fun with it. And it's part of the business,
Yep. Most people are fine with doing it.
Oh yeah.
In my request, when I get the Real Satisfied notification, I forward it to them and I let them know how much it helps my business. I let them know how important and how much I appreciate it so that they're not just thinking it's just for the corporate office. It's actually something that I use in my marketing to get more clients.
Right.
Yes, very good to remind them about that if you don't see it right away too. Okay, find out if the client has any friends, family, or business associates who might be interested in receiving a free CMA. That's always a good one.
Yes, it is.
You won't get those things unless you ask. Well, sometimes you will, but it's better if you can ask a few times. And that's actually the second part of what we're talking about is asking for those referrals.
It'd be interesting. Tell people how interesting it would be to see that and compare it to the Zillow estimate. Probably different.
Yes.
Shauna,
Yeah.
I like what you said about emailing them and letting them know about the Real Satisfied, because I had one that I couldn't use because they didn't put in the comment section. So it's kind of also good to remind them if they fill that out, then we can use it for marketing. So that's really important.
Yeah, it's really frustrating when they only do the numbers and they rate you. Because
Mhm.
I have to tell them you got to give me all tens and then you have to write something at the end. And
I have to be fabulous plus.
right. And like Nick said, you make light of it, make it fun, but then also let them know how much you really appreciate it
Right.
because
Mhm.
it's huge. It's a huge thing for your business.
If
Yeah,
not,
and I
they feel
think-
like it's a chore. You still make it kind of more fun,
Right.
Yeah.
I think they thought just by clicking all the great boxes that was plenty and they didn't need to make a comment. But I also, at the time, it was new for me, didn't know that I couldn't use it. So it's good on both ends to know that.
I think Kung had that frustration before where they had kind of halfway finished it, I remember.
Yeah, I ran into the same problem. They gave me a great review number wise, but didn't write any comments. So
Mm-hmm.
couldn't
Right.
post anything.
You get nothing.
Yeah.
They should at least give us 10 stars or something. Like they didn't make a comment, but they gave you 10 stars. I mean, they should kind of do both, I would think. But oh
Well, that's good. I mean, that just reminds me, I was in a Bank of America the other day and the manager came up and said the exact same thing. He said, if you wouldn't mind, fill that survey out and give them 5 stars. And he said all of that.
right.
Yeah. It's good to give, I don't want to say instructions, but hints on it,
Yes.
how it's going to make it better for you.
Right.
Hints on what works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we at? Number 9. Be sure to remove your sold sign and the lockbox right away after.
You wouldn't think you'd have to bring that up, but you do.
You do.
Yes.
Mm,
I don't know how many times I've gotten calls that said, that's, hey, we're trying to move in and this lockbox is in the way, or it's been a week
Right.
now and so-and-so's sign is still here, or whatever. And sometimes you just get busy, but yeah, put that on your list.
yeah.
Make
It's
sure you
on
do
the
that.
list, Cheryl, isn't it? On our list.
It is on our list.
Yes.
Yeah,
Clean up your stuff. Right.
do that. It makes you look good.
Some clients have bolt cutters and
Okay.
they'll bolt off your box.
Well, yeah. Or they'll just take the lock off and replace it and throw it in the garage and you'll never see your lockbox again.
Right.
Yes. Okay, so set up a client file that includes personal information such as names, birthdays, ages, pets, and hobbies for the client's family. There's a lot of things you think you're not going to forget or people mention and you want to remember. You can, there's a spot to put that stuff in Moxie Engage. So you can,
So it keeps all of that in Moxie.
yeah, you could there, you can put it in there. There's a spot in there. I don't exactly remember what it's called, but you can put notes in there. And then you have a reason to, you know, call them. It's their birthday, wishing them happy birthday, or their kids are graduating, or whatever it is that you, the information that you got that you,
It's just in their profile. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so add your client's name to your newsletter subscription. So that for us, that's the neighborhood news. Once they move in, now they have a new neighborhood. You're gonna wanna hook them up with that, the neighborhood news in Moxie.
Yeah.
And the last one, enter the anniversary date of the closing into your particular file or wherever it is. It's gonna be in Moxie if you put it in there. So you can follow up next year with a card commemorating their purchase, or, you know, an announcement on Facebook or whatever it is, a card, email. It's another really good excuse to get in touch with them and hopefully remind them what a good job you did and how happy they are with you.
Right. Right. So all good ways to reach out to the client, like we say, 4 times a year with something in the mail. That's important.
Yeah.
A lot of ideas here for that. Yeah, and the birthdays and anniversaries, that's all good reasons.
Yep, I think you can, if you look hard enough, you can always find a reason to get in touch with them. You don't want them to forget who you are.
Exactly. They'll assume you left the country.
Yes.
All right. Well, good. Tell us about the My Purpose script.
So the My Purpose script is all about those referrals. So it goes like this. It's short and sweet, and you can adjust it to personalize it for yourself, but it's important that you know my purpose is for you to be so outrageously happy with the help I provide that you'll gladly introduce me to at least 2 people you really care about before your transaction closes. Not because you feel obligated, but because you truly believe they'll benefit. So this is a script that has been carefully tested and worded. These people study it. And it's used and been successful by the top realtors in the country. You want to do that, keep, like Shauna said, you want to start from the very beginning, reminding them that, hey, I'm going to ask you for referrals and the testimonials. And this is simple, couple sentences to use. And you know, you want to turn every transaction into 1 or 2 more transactions. That's our goal. So if you use it during your first meeting, it'll plant a seed, and it makes it easier to ask for referrals later, just like it makes it easier to ask for that testimonial later. And this suggests after you use the script, then as long as you give them exceptional service, they should be ready for the email, which is next, which is basically the same thing. You know, it's like, hi, Jane, the first time we met, I told you that what makes my business unique. I mentioned that my purpose is not just to sell you a home. My purpose is to make you so outrageously happy, and on that you're going to refer the 2 people to me. And not because you feel obligated, but because you truly believe they will benefit. So you want to keep that in their mind again. So you tell them, follow up with an email later. And to give yourself the best possible chance of getting 1 to 2 referrals from every client, we recommend that you ask for referrals at least 3 times during the transaction. Hopefully when things are going well. You know, when the offer gets accepted, or they accept an offer, when the inspection negotiations are over and everyone's happy, hopefully. Some of those times when the appraisal comes in good, when everyone's in a good mood, ask for those referrals.
Right.
And then when you make calls, the last one is, on one of your calls today, end by saying, when a family member, friend, or neighbor needs advice about buying or selling, please don't keep me a secret, because you want them to get the best possible results and be delighted that you introduced us, don't you? So this is called planting a referral seed. The more you plant, the more you harvest. So yeah, don't forget to ask for those. That's a really good way to increase your business just from the business that you already have. If you get, 2 more clients from every client, there you go. You've increased your business 3 times.
We need to train them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the script. This first paragraph is the script.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's try it. It's important that my purpose is for you to be so outrageously happy with the help I provide that you'll gladly introduce me to at least 2 people you really care about before your transaction closes. Not because you feel obligated, but because you truly believe that they'll benefit.
Simple.
Okay. I don't know personally. I don't tend to make people outrageously happy
Why not?
because
Well,
that's
that's why you're not selling a lot of real estate. You need to practice that.
well, someone else read this. Show me how it's done.
It's
Sean.
important that my purpose is for you to be so outrageously happy with the help I provide that you'll gladly introduce me to at least 2 people. More than 2 is preferred, but I'll just take 2. You really care about before your transaction closes, you'll have this idea already in your mind. Not because you feel obligated, because you truly feel that I benefited you. Every word of this script has been carefully tested. Why would I read that to somebody?
No, you wouldn't read that.
Yeah, that paragraph was the script.
So
Okay.
I guess I sat here and thought about that. I don't use the word outrageously either.
Yeah.
So I would probably use a different word.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be wrong with what I say? And what I say is, I want to catch you at such an emotional high that you will want to tell other people about me, because I'm a referral-based business and I need your help.
That's good too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whatever you say, whatever is comfortable for you, that's what you want to say. Just
As long as you say
plant
it.
the
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
be
I
sure
say it
to
all the time.
say
I get a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
I want to catch you at such an emotional moment that you'll throw all abandonment to the wind and basically refer me.
Well, that is outrageous.
You can always say, "Oh, by the way."
Oh, I do that.
Because we've
I do
never heard that.
It's on the back of my card too.
Yeah, everyone has that.
I'm never too busy for your referral.
Yeah.
Well, it's ask you for referrals during a transaction. Yeah, it's something you do early. I think when you're getting to know these people, how important referrals are to you, and that you would make a statement like that really going to take care of your referrals.
Yeah.
Who else would like to read this? I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear someone else do it. Yes, Shauna, I'd like to hear you do it.
All right. It's important that my purpose is for you to be so outrageously happy with my help I provide you that you'll gladly introduce me to at least 2 people that you really care about before your transaction closes. Not just because you feel obligated, because you want to help your friends get the best service possible.
Okay. Does everybody
Outrageously happy.
Yeah, I don't
would
think I would
probably
say
say
that.
meet or exceed your expectations.
Right.
That's more, yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
you wanna always remember, maybe put some reminders in your whatever, in whatever you use. Cause you always wanna ask, they say 3 times. At the beginning, it's kind of the, you tell them you're gonna ask, and then you ask them in the middle, and then you remind them at the end and ask again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I just thought of something. I send an email that says, what's next? So people kind of have an idea what the things are gonna happen. And don't forget, refer me to your friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in there. I just thought of that. Okay, I'll add it. I like it.
Yes, it would be wrong if we said for every 2 referrals you give me, I'll give you a blueberry muffin.
yeah,
Can say
basically you
whatever you
can on a
want.
referral. As long as it's not tied to a closing, you can give them anything you want.
Ooh,
Good,
Yeah.
good advice.
All
That's-
right. Let's skip, Shauna, we're going to go right to the 5-step listing process because it's going to take 5 or 6 minutes.
We can just keep reposting this every week.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The 5-step listing process. I hope everybody's familiar with that. If you're not, please go to this blog. It's right here, the other blogs. And it's the 5-step listing process. It comes from the Mike Ferry organization. It's the most amazing thing that they have put together. And let's have a look at it. All right, number 1, the first of the 5 steps. Number 1, pre-qualify. Pre-qualify 100% of the people before you go out, because pre-qualifying determines if they're serious or not. See, the word pre-qualify confuses people. You think, oh no, the lender pre-qualifies. But no, the realtor needs to pre-qualify to determine these things, motivation. That's what it's about. So it determines if they're serious or not. It gives you their concerns and objections ahead of time. It demonstrates your professionalism, and it gives you information for building rapport with the clients.
you
All
know,
of it that you don't know yet how much you need to know these things until you get later into the transaction and realize you didn't ask enough questions.
I did that this morning to a client.
What happened?
He basically said about 3 weeks ago that I'm not going to do anything till August. And then he says, hey, I'm going to be in the area. I want you to show me some homes. And I said, okay. And then I went through the pre-qualification script. And then finally at the bottom of it, this is not on the script, but I said, so are you just going to look or are you going to buy? And he goes, well, I don't know. And then all of a sudden it was his idea that maybe he wouldn't utilize me and take my time up from other clients because maybe he's not ready to buy yet. And I said, okay, well, I want you to know that I'll help you, but I've got to go where the money is and all that. And he goes, yeah, I understand that. And then I asked him some more questions about, some of his answers. And it basically comes out that he's just the guy on the phone. It's his wife, the true money maker of the home, that is really defining what and when they're going to buy.
There you go. And those are questions.
Those are good. Yeah,
They're all questions in the script.
It was great, but it was all because he changed his mind on when he was coming up here and when he's moving and
Yeah.
things like that. And while I have been learning this to use this script more and more, it's still a challenge for me because I just figure, that they're talking to me, they want to buy.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it weeds them out. It's critical. Pre-qualifying is critical.
Mhm.
And I'll show you the scripts after this, after we go through the 5. So number 2, this is important, mail or deliver a pre-listing packet. And some people are going to go, why would I do that? Well, here's what's in the packet, a list of your personal references, a list of names and phone numbers. So they know you're professional, they can follow up, they can investigate you. Your plan of action in listing their house, a copy of your track record. And if your track record isn't stellar, use the company's track record. We can give you those figures. A completed CMA with the suggested list price delivered to them before your appointment. Go ahead, let the cat out of the bag. Let them see the whole thing and study it. Give them a completed net sheet so that they know based on your suggested listed price what their net is going to be. Show them a completed contract, one that they could actually sign. Fill it out completely as if they're going to sign it and hand it back. And the disclosure statement so that you have everything to get it listed. So give them that ahead of time. Mail it to them or have somebody take it over. So that's number 2. All right. Number 3, call back and confirm your appointment. That's very important. Call back and confirm your appointment and that they've received your pre-listing packet and have read it. Make sure all the decision makers are there. So what's going to happen is they're going to say, yeah, we got your packet and we don't like it. Then you say, okay, what's your concern about it? And well, you've got 7% commission. We don't pay 7% commission. Somebody else is charging less. So you say, okay, fine. Commission's important to you. So when I get there for the appointment, the first thing we will talk about is commission. Would that be okay? Absolutely. So now you won't be blindsided by anything. You'll walk in the front door, you know all of their objections and you're prepared for them. They're not going to like the commission. They're not going to like the price of the house either. Okay, so review the CMA again and be prepared to go battle that and defend that and make the best presentation you can. Because if their house, if you're recommending that they list it for $650 and they have it in their mind that they're going to list it for $850, it'd be really good to know that before you got there. Because that's what the whole conversation is going to be about. And if you don't ask them these questions and you don't follow this process, you probably would not know that. And that's an uncomfortable situation to be in. All right. Number 4, show up. Show up physically, emotionally, and mentally prepared. So why is showing up important? Because as realtors and a lot of people, we tend to be late for things. For some reason, we just don't plan things properly. You have to be early. You want to get there 15, even 20 minutes early and sit in the neighborhood and relax and go through these papers before you go in, than rushing across town and potentially being late, which is an extremely bad thing to do. Now, we've all done it, and sometimes we get away with it. Sometimes we really wish we hadn't, but it's extremely unprofessional. I'm just going to say that bluntly. Do not be late for anything ever. All right. Number 5, follow the scripts verbatim, and even take a clipboard in with you and have the pre-listing questions that they answered, so that you can remind them that they're excited, that they need to move on a particular day, and that it's important that they get it listed right away. That'll help you get the price you need. So read them to the client and always keep a copy with you. And have a good time doing it. Because now you can relax. Now that you know everything that you're going to be challenged with and you know the whole plan and how it's going to go, you can relax and enjoy the presentation and see how it goes.
And get the signatures.
And get the signatures, yes. So some other points, if you think these 5 steps don't apply to you, ego is generally the problem. If you don't think you have to be this thorough and this professional, that you're maybe so talented you can wing it, because it's always worked in the past, probably has, but it's not reliable. You do a much better job by following this. Create a pre-appointment routine that includes getting your mindset in order, practicing your presentation, looking and dressing professionally, ensuring you have all the proper materials prepared, being punctual or early. You want to be early. This is a good point. They always give the listing to the person who earns it, not to the person who needs it. You'll earn it by having good skills. So here's a good one. Record your presentation live on a regular basis as a way to improve your skills. Just to record and put your phone in your pocket, and you'll have something to go over later.
Be careful about that. In some places, that's illegal.
It can't be used as evidence. So, listen to it and erase it. It's common to ask sellers why they didn't list with you. Instead, why not ask them why they did list with you? And that would help build your confidence.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a fun question. Listen to the prospect with the intent that they're saying to you, with the intent to understand what they're saying to you versus listening to them so you can make a quick response. That's a skill in itself, to be able to listen and talk at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not listening to them, you're not getting any information, and you're going to say the wrong thing. Yeah, real quick. Knowledge equals confidence. Ignorance equals fear. I think that's a bumper sticker. Sellers do not want to hire an unknowledgeable or unconfident agent. And confidence comes through with the knowledge of the material you're presenting. And I'm going to stop there and just remind you that on our productivity hub, on the home base is, where are these scripts? I just want to quickly show you the scripts. It's under the training hub. Training hub is password protected. The password is North Star with a capital N. And it is North Star skills and activities. These are our 9 a.m. 30-minute sessions where we role play and go over these things. And the scripts are here. So who does this? Here they are. Here's the listing presentation and the qualification scripts. I would have these printed out. I think everybody should have these printed out on your desk at home and keep them with you so that you can always
Yeah, I did that, and I pulled out a file. I interviewed somebody like 6 months ago. Boy, was that helpful to have that in my file all filled out.
Nice.
You never know the next question. You never know where the conversations are going to go. And when you're doing prospecting, they may say, well, yes, I'm actually interested. And they go, oh, no, I wasn't expecting that. Now what do? You have to move on to the pre-qualifying script for the seller. All right. That's our time. I'm going to let you get back to work, and mark your calendar for June 15th, 11 o'clock in the Portland office. And we'll see everybody next week or first thing in the morning.
Every day at 9
Every day
o'clock.
at 9 o'clock.
June 15th in the
June
Portland.
15th. Oh, you might have missed that. That is the awards luncheon in the Portland office.
It's also my wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations. So we'll celebrate that too.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thanks.
Wedding anniversary.
My
Dun, 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 dun.